It finished Tottenham 0, Liverpool 4, 4-1 on aggregate to Liverpool. And normally I'd be angry with this kind of result, but you could see that Liverpool are levels and levels above us. Liverpool were outstanding yesterday. You could see the effort from the Spurs players. They really did try, but we massively lacked quality, especially in the midfield areas. As you know, there's no point defending how we were defending. Ange Postecoglou set up our team, and you can see it was park the bus written all over it. We tried to put our more experienced players in the team to shore things up, but it was our more experienced players that really let us down. And our quality was poor on the ball, and that led to their first 2 goals. You know, giving the ball away, Basuma. You know, when we had a good chance to counter in that position, and he gave it away, and we ended up going 1-0 down. And from then on, we all knew what was coming. And then the next goal, obviously, was in the second half, ball given away. I think it was Davis. I'm not 100% sure. And I've tried to block this game out of my mind already. He gave the ball away. They went up. They ended up getting a penalty, and that was game over. But it's the reason why we were giving the ball away so much. We haven't got press-resistant midfielders in our squad. We really haven't. And it really showed yesterday, because Liverpool's press was outstanding. And these were the reasons why we were giving the ball away. It wasn't just that they're rubbish players. It was just they just couldn't cope with only having a second on the ball. And it really showed yesterday the levels that we're behind Liverpool at the moment. But we didn't help ourselves. We wasn't quality on the ball. We was giving the ball away way too many times. And it was because of that press. Liverpool's got no injuries. We've got lots of injuries. But I think Les Ferdinand was right on the day. He said that even Tottenham's first team would have struggled against Liverpool yesterday. And I agree. If we had all of our players, Liverpool would have tore us apart. They were absolutely outstanding. And they have to be favourites for every competition they're in. Sometimes you just got to hold your hands up and say, look, they're just a better side. And it's massively gutting that we lost 4-0. We all had that slight hope that we could be going to Wembley, be in a final, but we all had it in the back of our minds. What if Liverpool turn up? And that Mohamed Salah, oh my God, he is insane. Everything he does is brilliant. He's a world-class player. I just wish we had players like that. He was brilliant yesterday. Tore us apart single-handedly near enough. Every touch, every pass, every shot, he's just got it all. We tried to play defensive football. Now, look, all your fans that are shouting for pragmatic football and shouting for us to play defensively, hold a lead, this is what happens. We haven't got the quality to do that. And I think Ange's known that all along. In the midfield, we didn't hold on to the ball. Sarr didn't hold on to the ball. Bentancur didn't hold on to the ball. Bentancur was the best of the 3, but that's not hard, because Biss and Sarr could not hold on to that ball, and they were not winning it back either. Every time we got the ball, it went back to Liverpool, and they hounded us every time. They were just as good off the ball as they were on the ball, and we just could not cope with them. They were too good for us, and that's all we have to say. We can't sit here and go, Spurs were rubbish. You could see they were putting in 100%. They wanted to win. They were trying their hardest. They just weren't good enough. If I go through a few individuals, and I want to start with actually Jed Spence, because Jed Spence actually, for me, stood out as a Tottenham player, as I thought he had a good game. He honestly now, I was saying before, he's probably one of our best fullbacks. At the moment, he's one of our best players. He is insane. He's a really, really good player. And he's the only one that didn't look out of place against Liverpool yesterday, in my opinion. And then we've got Bergvall that came on. For me, he looked more comfortable on the ball than Basuma did. And he's 19 years old. That can't be happening. I think in the summer, we're going to have to reshuffle that midfield completely, because if your 19-year-old's coming on and looks better on the ball than your senior players, then there's a problem there. And then if you think about it, look at Gray. I know he gave the ball away a couple of times, but who didn't yesterday? But he looked more comfortable on the ball than Papa Sarr. So I know Papa Sarr's still young as well, but Archie Gray's 18. So it's very confusing. Richarlison, injured again. He didn't really do a lot. He just ran around like a headless chicken, didn't impact the game whatsoever, and went off injured. I'm just sick of him now. I know it's not his fault, and I know he's annoyed with being injured again, and it must be really frustrating for him. But what's the point of having him? He comes on for a game or two, then he's off injured for months again. It's just pointless having him. It really is. And then we had to bring on Tell, which I don't think Postecoglou was going to give him this long, but Tell looked off the pace, and rightly so. He's hardly played for Bayern. He's just started playing for a new side. He doesn't know any of the players really that well, but I don't even think he's had a training session yet. And, he's 19 years old. Let's not get on his back straight away. It's very, very hard to come into Anfield and make an impact against like the best team, in my opinion, in the world. So let's get off Tell's back for a start. He's only just started. Let's not start hating straight away. But yeah, he looked off the pace, and I just wanted to point that out. That's all. And there's context to that. Danso, I didn't think looked too bad. I know we let him 4 goals, but I think that was down to keep losing the ball in midfield, and the defenders are having to be exposed all the time. And that's what the pattern of the game was. We're not winning the ball back. The front three hardly ever win the ball back. When they were pressing, I can't remember them winning the ball back high up. Maybe once, but I can't remember many times. So there was so much pressure on the back four. It was unreal. Then that led to like Kinksky having a bad game because he was passing out to players that weren't even there. He was he didn't let it affect him. I'll give him that. His trying to come out for crosses wasn't there. He's 21 years old. It's the first time he's played at Anfield. Nerves might have been in there. I believe he's going to be a fantastic goalkeeper. Don't get me wrong. In the future, he's only 21 years old. He's going to be a brilliant goalkeeper. But just yesterday, he was, I think he was so exposed by our midfield not doing their job and the defenders just, being exposed. He just had to do what he had to do, and that was it. And he just couldn't get a grip on the game. Kulu kept just running into trouble. They doubled up on him. There's probably, there was worried about Kulu, obviously, but Kulu just didn't impact the game at all. And, he needs a rest. He looks knackered. Look, at the end of the day, we just have to hold our hands up and say Liverpool were the better side. It's massively gutting that we're not in final. We've got this game against Aston Villa is even more important now. We need to keep our cup runs going because we've got nothing in the league. We need to keep hope going through this season. We've got the Europa League to look forward to still, so we can hopefully, the League Cup's harder than Europa League, in my opinion. We had to play Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and we would have had to play Newcastle in the final. But in Europa League, none of those teams are there. So maybe we've got a better chance, but we'll see. But we definitely have to turn up and we definitely have to be better on the ball. And if teams are pressing us, we need to be more press resistant because yesterday, Liverpool absolutely suffocated us and we just couldn't deal with it. Not at all. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the game. I know most of you probably won't even be wanting to watch YouTube right now because it's just, who wants to watch somebody talking about us losing and not only losing that badly as well. Not a good day. We move forward. Liverpool were better. We need to be better. And come on, you Spurs.